people didn't want to accept either that we could play or that we even wanted to play. It immediately was a threat to the social fabric. You know, parents couldn't control you. That's absolutely true, but don't forget, it was the 60s. Yeah. And we did not want to be controlled, and we let everyone know in our songs and our mannerism and the bells we wore on our pants because Jimi Hendrix wore them, stuff like that. So there was a lot of fun in that at the time, but we wanted to make a statement, and I don't know, my sister and I talk about it today, we don't know why it was that we just felt like we had to be in an all-girl band. We needed to get to LA. We needed to be the first all-girl band that got really well known. It wasn't that there weren't a handful of other girl bands, and it wasn't that none of them recorded, but none of them did complete albums the way that Fanny did and toured the US, Canada, and Europe. So that was a big deal. The fact that we got exposure and we caused people to seriously fall in love with an all-girl band. It was the first time that it ever happened, and that was wonderful. The downside to all that was the way that you're objectified as a girl and a woman, and that's one of the ways in which we are trying to change things from the inside by giving the girls not only information, which is power, but the support to, in any way they can, resist the influence that society and the whole advertising for capitalism via our bodies exerts on us. It's a huge pressure, and in fact we had a meeting today, an IMA meeting, about a festival that we're doing this August with the girls, and that for me, that topic comes up over and over again because it is something we have to do all the time with girls, women and girls. And you can take a look at the recent tragedies that had happened. I mean, let's just mention Whitney Houston, for example. There's a lot of pressure that's put on you once you've become a star. Now, I will say that we did feel that pressure somewhat in Fanny, but we were a band, so, you can talk about stuff somewhat, although we didn't really have the language, because that was the early 70s. We didn't have the language yet to talk about our issues and stuff like that. But it's definitely something that IMA is karmically here for, is to be medicine for that. Now, if a girl does not know that she has the choice to be hot and not fall into the paradigm of being objectified and all the stuff that comes with it, when you have that power, you don't have to choose that hologram. You can be in your little hologram dancing in your blah whatever, and you don't have to believe everything everyone tells you, or even the adulation. If you don't believe, have to go into it into that as a belief system that that's who you are, because that's where the danger is right there. There's just like this little spot in between, which is, I like that you like me. I love that you love my guitar playing. You think I'm cute? That's great. But that's not where I'm going to live all the time, that I need you or everybody to say that to me all the time. That's not real. It just isn't. You still got to deal with your life,
And it's we have a very big focus on skills development, and we expect a lot from the girls. This is not just like, oh, go play with your instruments. This is like the very first night they learn how to run the board. Okay, so they come in.
That's meaning the PA.
The PA. So that is the first thing we teach them at 9 years old, how to run the PA. And what the language, are you a musician too?
Yeah.
Okay, so what the language is, so they can, because right away, if you don't know as a musician how to run that, and if you're a woman, you don't even know the language, already someone else is controlling how you sound.
Yeah.
They're controlling what you hear on the stage. So this is not just about, playing your little song with your acoustic guitar. And the two things that we teach them are the two classes. We don't even teach guitar. We teach drums and percussion and vocals.
We'll teach guitar if it's requested.
But I'm saying that that's not the thing. It's about getting the music in your body, because that is also a really important part of it. So that you're coming from it. So these girls are coming from a place of real power, and the music is inside them.